expert discussions on trending stories in politics, business, socio-economy, sports, and documentaries. So catch all the updates on the happenings around the globe. Stay focused on the fact today, only on ATN.
Welcome to another very exciting edition of Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television Network. On this edition of the program is a weekend where Team Nigeria list is ready for the Olympic Games. And I can tell you from the world of tennis, it's a weekend where there has been a major rain disruption at the All England Club competition at Wimbledon. Coming from football, the European Championship is into a crucial quarter-final stage, and I can tell you the big names have emerged. Spain are in there, France are in. And of course, the other two, I will let you know when we return from the break. on Atlantic Television Network. On this edition, I tell you from the world of tennis, it's a weekend where there has been a major rain disruption at the All England Club competition at Wimbledon. Coming from football, the European Championship is into a crucial quarter-final stage, and I can tell you the big names have emerged. Spain are in there, France are in. And of course, the other two, I will let you know when we return from the break.
Kasali, I hope so.
Welcome to another very exciting edition of Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television Network. On this edition of the program is a weekend where Team Nigeria list is ready for the Olympic Games. And I can tell you from the world of tennis, it's a weekend where there has been a major rain disruption at the All England Club competition at Wimbledon. Coming from football, the European Championship is into a crucial quarter-final stage, and I can tell you, and of course, the other two, I will let you know when we return from the break.
I guess it. In 30 minutes. Okay. Ready. I just
Welcome back. It's Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television. This weekend, I have with me Kingsley Manuel.
Thank you very much for having me, sir. We're very happy to be here this weekend.
Well, let's start from the local scene first before we go across, because this is a weekend where it's loaded with a lot of international sporting activities. But across, the biggest sporting event is coming up in just about 21 days or so from now, which is the Olympic Games. And Team Nigeria is making a lot of preparations. But just before we get at how many will constitute Team Nigeria going to the Paris Olympic Games, the Ogun State Governor, Dapo Abiodun, has
went on with 250,000 impressive one, of course, you would say, for this athletes. And our very own Toby Amusan, of course, was one of the athletes, who benefited from this one due to an impressive outing, at the African Games in Ghana. For me, it was really an impressive one, for these athletes, especially those athletes, coming from Ogun State. They really had an impressive performance at the All African Games. And Team Nigeria, they did very well. They came second in the African game overall. I think they were just behind South Africa, who came first in that one. They were able to amass 47 gold medal, 33 silver, and 40 bronze medal in total. I think for me, was really an impressive outing. Boxing. We're also going down as well for taekwondo. That's another sport that has been included, for Nigeria at this time around. So with this number of sport being added, that actually catapulted the numbers of athletes that will be going down to the Olympic to 80 to over 80 now as it is. And for me, I think it's a good number. But the fact that we shouldn't just go with this high number, but we should be able to come back with a lot of medals at the end of the day.
Nigeria is expected to feature 82 athletes in 11 different sports: athletics, badminton, basketball. Of course, it's common knowledge that Ukraine and Russian athletes, and Russian and Belarusian athletes are not taking part because of the war between Russia and Ukraine.
Yes, for me, I think it's very disheartening at this point in time. I think some of the boxers, wrestlers are not being, invited for this particular one. And I think for me, it really has
disappointing for Russian wrestlers, top ones at that matter, not to be at the Paris Olympic Games coming up in just a few after competing at the 4th round. But let's look at how some of them did qualify to this 4th round. Any big name that you think
of course, was the defending champion, talking about Marketa Vondrousova, who was actually being ousted out in the first round of the competition. Was very, very disappointing to see Marketa Vondrousova being ousted out, in the competition at the very, first round of the competition. Everyone expected her, of course, to have gone very far, but she fell short of defending the title she won last time. And of course, the likes of Jessica Pegula is another big name that has, actually, fell on the way. She was actually being beaten, and that was before this stage of the competition. Jessica Pegula showed tenacity, of course, in the WCA tournament she played in before the Wimbledon. She actually put up a very impressive performance, but coming down to the he put up that high level of that, of course, is one of the best, and that's what best players, or good, better players on the day, always do. And he was able to, take out Francis Tofio in that particular one. Hope he keeps up the momentum going forward in the competition.
Gabe Moorfield, 6'4", 6'4", 6'3". He lost to Gregor Dimitrov. Gabe Moorfield, you should think that at the Grand Slam should be at least at the quarterfinal stage, not crashing out in the 3rd round.
Yes, he's another player that everyone, of course, will actually bank on any time, any day, but he's not proving himself as well, that very much, to be relied on. I mean, totally relied on. I think for me, he's not been that sparkling. We've not seen Gabe Moorfield being consistent in getting to semi.
Of this time around, owing to injury concerns, he in fact retiring from the sport of tennis. So the British players really have to meet up, because they are at a tournament, so to say, and it is going to be a source of concern. But we'll see whether the females will help out. We saw Emma Raducanu do it 2 years ago at the US Open, but she's yet to make a mark at the British, and the fans are looking at one of their own, to lift the coveted trophy at the Wimbledon. Well, talking about lifting the trophy at the Wimbledon, it looks like we've never seen guess what? The world #1 in female tennis, get to the quarterfinal at this tournament.
Could surpass that record, possibly getting down to the finals of this one.
Talking about surpassing record at the Wimbledon, reminds me of Africa's only pride at the Wimbledon. Ange Jobois from Tunisia. She was at the final last year, didn't make it. This time around, she's pushing to at least quarter-final stage of the competition. Can she go past the fourth round stage where she is at this present?
I think she can. Ange Jobois, I think she's taking a game one after the other from what we've seen. She's not rushing. She's trying to, of course, to make sure that she take it one after. I think I really like her approach this time. We've not seen her, putting a lot of emotions in her game. She's trying to get herself relaxed, not allowing pressure to override her. And I think for me, that's what she needs at this point. Game, take the game one after the other. See, probably you get down to the finals and be able to do. And when the rain comes, it actually disrupts most of the matches. I think as that, this weekend we saw like 5 matches actually being suspended due to heavy downpour. I think the games that actually went on was the game between Carlos Alcaraz and Francis Tofio. The Yannick Sinner game also went through due to the particular court, where they were. I think came, they won that game at the late minute, 2-1. I think the round of 16. She took inspiration from that particular match, to win her opponents down there. I think the support for England at the Heroes is also down there for Emma Raducanu. And she's also speaking inspiration from the strengths of England at the Heroes as well. So I think a lot is really going on in the heads of Emma Raducanu. She's showing the support for England. We're looking forward to see how this support, of course, will go down.
Emma Raducanu in an English 3-lion shirt, supporting the English national team that will be in action this weekend against Switzerland in the quarterfinal.
Greenwoods went for goal. Goalkeeper missed it. He does a right hand and down goes the ball straight away.
Oh, what a point to end it on.
So now this is when they're at their best. That's when they're 12 years for this. So drink it in.
Still goes to Andre New Zealand.
What he loves to be immortality as an athlete. 19.79. It's a goal. It's 8 goals.
From the lines across the ocean to the land beyond the mountains, through the
Went for goal. Goalkeeper missed it. He does a right hand and down goes the ball straight away.
Oh, what a point to end it on.
So now this is when they're at their best. That's when they're 12 years for this. So drink it in.
Still goes to Andre New Zealand.
What he loves to be immortality as an athlete. 19.79.
Welcome back. Is Sports Extraordinary Weekend Edition here on Atlantic Television Network. And this weekend, we've told you how Team Nigeria is made up of 82 athletes that will represent the country at the forthcoming Olympic Games. And I think that is quite cheering. And talking about the Olympics, we equally inform you that Russia rejected the invitation of 10 wrestlers to the Olympic Games, citing non-inclusion of some of the best wrestlers in the list invited by the International Olympic Committee. And now we have to go into football. And talking about football, it is off-season in Europe and here in Nigeria. Here in Nigeria, players are moving, coaches are moving. One player has moved from FC Ebiede is Oleyinka from FC Ebiede to FC Michelin in Denmark. And talking about movement, it's not just players have moved. We talking about players reminds me equally that goalkeeper Loroko Ojo of Enyimba has moved as well. He moved to the Tanzanian league, to the Sudan league. We've seen players from Rivers United move as well, you know, to the Tanzanian league. So quite a lot of remains at the top in the next 2 years. He will get about his business. In fact, he has started already. We'll hope that we'll get him to at least inform us more about his plans for the team in a subsequent bulletin. But let's stay away from transfer on the local scene now and quickly go to the continent where Super Eagles, we understand, have been presented with an early opportunity to avenge their defeat in the 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifier against the Cheetah of Republic of Benin, because they are in the same group. Group C, is it? Of the 2025 African Nations Cup qualifier, which gets underway in just about 2 months or so from now. Nigeria, Republic of Benin, Rwanda,
Libya,
and Libya as well.
I think for that group, talking about Group D, it's a very easy group if you ask me for Team Nigeria. The group where you have Benin Republic, Rwanda, we understand that these teams, it is set up Super Eagles team because of the fact that we don't have a coach, you know, at the moment. And I think for me, it's then time for the NFF, you know, to stand up, brace up, and see how they can get themselves, you know, a coach that will possibly put the boys together and get a favorable result. Let's take a look at what happened at the World Cup qualifiers. It was really an abysmal performance. Super Eagles are on the verge of missing the World Cup once again. This is the African Cup of Nations qualifiers. If they don't do well, there might also be a setback. So I think the NFF should stand up no matter who they want to get. Even though the money is not there, let them look for money. They're a federation. Look for sponsors and see who can, if they can, the sponsor can do that money for them to go get, you know, hire a manager that will help the team at this point in time. They should go for a result-oriented manager, because what we need now is qualifiers. We have to qualify
Of the teams, and of course the goals, number of goals scored so far in this tournament.
For me, 166 goals.
66 goals, right?
Yeah, 66 goals being scored, you know, in this one. I think.
In fact, 169 goals to be specific.
69.
Yes.
I think for me, a little bit fair, if you ask me. We understand the goals has not come that much. We haven't seen much goals, you know, in the competition. It's been a very stiff one, where we've seen at least, you know, 2 goals, you know, being up, you know, by a team, 3.
The country, not even Lionel Messi has scored that number for his country. So Cristiano Ronaldo, the men's highest goal scorer in international competition, suffering from goal drought. Has it anything to do with age? He's 39 years of age.
I think for me the age factor also comes in. 39 years of age, the man is not really at his best anymore. I think, you know, it's very you know, is reality now. We saw what Ronaldo, you know, has been doing in the 5 matches he's played in these Heroes. Couple of chances, yes, he had actually had some shots on target, but none of those shots, you know, of course, were able to get into the back of the net.
Well, let's quickly go, because we are running out of time, and we hope we can get to what we have on our plate this weekend. Talking about the European Championship, you talked about 32 teams in the tournament this time around, from the 24, and if you expect more goals. The beauty of it, have you
I think for me it's just you know, coincidence. As it is, we understand that, you know, is for me is I think it has to do with the form and the prowess and the performance of the teams, because at this point in time it doesn't matter if you're at home or not. Take a look at what happened this weekend where Spain actually hosted at Germany. I think for me it doesn't matter if you're at home or not or whatever. I think it's just about the form of the teams, and the players, on ground. I think that's what, of course, we should be looking at factors that has actually, made this, of course, to happen. Now, for me, you take a look at majority of the home teams, at this point, we've not really seen much progress, and that's why, of course, they've been also that if you're the best, if you're home or away, you will definitely
We're getting it right in all departments right now.
Yes, they seem to be getting it right in all departments now, and this as a result of the calibers of players they have, on ground. As yesterday we saw a certain Mikel Merano, coming up with a 119 minutes, header that actually, put up the decider in that particular encounter we saw this weekend.